want all phobias to be gone. And I work towards ending phobias, right? Like my mere existence non-verbally is to dispel bias,
Mm,
is a decolonization of biases and
mm,
prejudice from people who lay eyes on me just because how I walk earth,
yes.
non-verbally, saying nothing, just existing from a place of presence, right?
Yes.
So all of this to say, I also have sort of made peace, and this is where it gets existential and kind of confusing and like, oh my God, you're supposed to be this teacher who has answers. And I'm finding my way into being a teacher who is wise, but also confused. And I'm really enjoying this place. So
Yeah.
here's the thing, Anu. I want biases to be gone. I want all phobias to end. I want all lack of connection to end. I want us all to feel like we belong and we matter and we can connect. And also, I'm very aware that this reality is, through a Buddhist view, this is samsara, and samsara is inherently flawed. And
Mm,
I had Sharon Salzberg on my podcast a while back, and she said to me something so profound that I never forgot. Obviously, because Sharon's changed my life in so
yeah.
many ways.
Me too. She's one of my root teachers.
Exactly. And she said something to the effect of like, a friend of mine said samsara is a bad design, is poorly designed. And I was like, wow, this is the most relaxing statement I could ever hear, because
Yeah.
if this reality is inherently flawed and we are here to end suffering, which biases is part of the suffering, does it mean that it will ever end?
Yeah.
But does it mean that we stop because we know that it may never end? No, we do it
Yeah.
anyways. We get up and we
Yeah.
have a summit bias, a summit
Yeah.
to end bias, and we write the books and we live this way. I'm not going to stop walking on the streets with a bliss consciousness, with a
Yes.
present body and alive, and greeting people and engaging with the neighbors and looking at people in the eyes and serving the unhoused and meeting people. Like, I won't
Mm,
stop, because the mystics who've come before me, who are way wiser, said that, hey, it just may never end, because this reality may just
yeah.
be so flawed that it leads us to a continuous seeking towards an end that doesn't exist. So I don't
Mm,
know. I don't know. Maybe we are going to end in one lifetime, but then I don't know. So I just want to offer
yeah.
both. I just want to offer very contradictory views, because that's how I'm living. I'm doing everything I can to end suffering, but it may never end.
I love it. And can I get a little existential with you too then? Because we're going to go there.
Amen.
Um,
Please. Thank you.
I just so love that you brought in this idea of sanskaras, which is really just habit formations, right? And, as I reflect on what you shared, a lot of the biases that exist right now, whether it's at the personal level, at the interpersonal level, or systemic levels, right, that make people like you and I feel unsafe just walking down the street. If I hold my partner's hand on the street, sometimes I have to double think, like, will I put myself or my partner, our safety in jeopardy? But these biases are really, consequences of trillions of causes and conditions, right? Trillions. We have no idea. Um, and the Buddha said, thinking about karma is an imponderable, because you'll go mad just thinking about it, right? So we don't know what all these causes and conditions are. And I feel that your work is planting new seeds. It's shifting consciousness, because it's coming from a place of, a liberatory consciousness, one that's rooted in love for oneself, in accepting and truly nourishing the fullness of your being, the diversity of your being, while giving others, the opportunity to do the same. So, what do you think about this, proposition that, breaking bias, we don't know what the end is, and we can do what we can in planting new seeds to really shift consciousness towards kind of connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this is the only thing we have, is to
Yeah.
be a gardener is to sprinkle new seeds everywhere we go, is to be sunshine when we can, is to be water when we can, to work as botanists, to work in our ecological spirituality, our capacity to know that we are interdependent, interconnected, and nothing and no one exists independently of everyone else and everything else, that the self is the other. So as I care for the other, as I unbias my mind to see the other as an aspect of me, or someone or something that wants, to have the same capacity to become happy and free. I think this is the goal, is to just continue to be a gardener, to continue to sprinkle these seeds and to walk earth in this way. And I think I think what holds people back from doing that, if we're tracing back to how we started our conversation, it's that moment of discomfort that strikes the body, that somatically says, nope, not doing that.